Hello, everybody. Let's do a brief audio and visual check. Welcome. Built differently. Fresh new combine back with Topstep. Feels great. Well, welcome back. Love having you with us. Love having you during the slow markets. As you can see, with me is my man Baron. Baron, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Dakota?
Good. It was a very busy day for me. It was like it's like a Thursday. It's Thursday night. One of those days where it's just like you don't expect it to be very busy, but then one thing leads to another, and it's like, man, today is just gone. It's already
Yeah.
slow markets.
This week went quick.
It
To me,
did.
it felt like this week went really quick.
It's
Maybe it was because we had a short week last week, so
we
this
did
week felt faster.
we missed it, man. Traders miss trading when they have a short week or a holiday, and today's price action hasn't really been the best.
Nah, it's gotten worse
It
going into
has.
December.
Yeah, hopefully it starts to get better and starts to pick up. It is Thursday night, so we're in Friday's price action. And before we get started, in the YouTube chat, there is our Top Step risk disclosure. Everything we go over tonight is for educational purposes only. It's not a signals class. It's not financial advice. We're here to learn, grow together. You know the drill. But yeah, here we are. I got my live account open, ready, looking for trades. How was your day overall for just trading? Are you looking at anything going into tonight since it's Friday's price
Um,
action?
I was leaning towards longs on gold, but just the way this is opened, it to me it looks like downside. It's hard for me to tell right now because we are value area low. We just broke below it. Looks like we're trying to get some buyers in here. Um, I, I don't know. I feel like gold just ranges until the end of the year. I feel like it's not gonna
Oh, don't
have
say
these
that, man.
breakouts or these breakdowns. I think it's just gonna range leading into the end of the year between 4,200 and 4,300.
Don't oh, don't say that one, man. I I feel you. I was looking at gold. I pulled that up tonight, and I'm just like, I was kind of expecting a little bit more of a sell-off. I have the gold daily chart here, and we could see these higher lows and maybe a little bit of a bullish trend. I was kind of expecting gold to come down here and test like the 150s to 175s. We still might get there. We have the Fed rate decision coming out this week. Not this week, this
Next
month.
week.
Yeah, and so that's going to be a big one. It's all eyes on the Fed. We got ADP numbers. We got unemployment claims. It is Friday tomorrow. Let me just double check. We do have the PCE, consumer spending, and then we are on to next week, right? That U.S. interest rate decision, which is going to be the big one, and these days go by so fast. But I was expecting a little bit deeper of a pullback. Let me look at the Fed Fund tool to see if that's changed. AD, we were hanging around, yeah, 87% chance on the Fed Fund tool that we get a rate cut here in December. Talking about a new Fed chair, pal. Talking about gold. So I was expecting a pullback. The fact that we didn't get one, it
I mean, we came down
just
to 4,200.
yeah, we did. We did test 4,200. It's kind of just like you said, kind of opening, closing, and hanging around these 4230s on this daily chart for the last almost 3 days. I zoom in here on the hourly chart, and you can see this kind of a wedge, kind of a flagging pattern. It's the last time we've seen this. So this is the only thing I'm liking really in gold is this pattern. Look, we've seen it before. We've seen this before. So I'm curious if we start to just kind of consolidate, the range is getting tighter and tighter. Do we break out? Do we break out to the long side? See exactly what we did earlier. Do we break out to the long side, or do we break out to the downside? I'm
You're leaning towards upside.
I'm kind of leaning towards the upside as well because that's the trend, and with interest rate cuts. But I wouldn't be surprised of like maybe a fake out down and then a reversal.
Yeah, I mean, we just we just tapped that value area low, and we're bouncing off it pretty cleanly. So, I think longs make sense, but I tried 2 longs earlier. I got burned on both of them. So,
Okay.
I don't know. I might just sit on my hands till I see something. We've been in a steady downtrend since open, or not since open, but since 720.
720. Okay.
Yeah.
We're down what 0.28% here on gold, and yeah, those 220s, 42 220s bounced off that. It's a little bit of a mix, huh?
It's hard to read. It's hard to read.
Yeah, hopefully maybe chat you guys could hear in our voices the way we're looking at gold and sounding. Very neutral, very indecisive on direction. Where there's been nights where we come in here and we're like, I'm liking the longs.
Yeah, it's like like I came in on Tuesday. I was like, this is just longs. Like,
yeah. It's very a different vibe, and hopefully that demonstrates, and we're able to go through and show traders the difference. Let me take a look at the Nasdaq real quick. I'm going to run a top down on the Nas. We've been very similar. Nasdaq's been a lot more volatile. Very clean consolidation here, where it's obviously with the power of hindsight, this 25,500 level. Just don't mind my ugly drawing, but that has been the line in the sand. It was acting as resistance. Now we are acting as some major support. And take a look at that 25,660 level, 670s. That is a very solid level of resistance. If we can break above these 670s and hold above it, we might see a very nice momentous breakout trade to come up and test, dare I say, these lower 800s and make a run at all-time highs. I know we talk about the Santa rally, and that's usually the last week going into Christmas.
Yeah, it's like the last 2 weeks leading up to Christmas. Usually it's just like all of December. It's kind of my thought on it.
Yeah, so if we could start the breakout, maybe we can start some buying in this NASDAQ. It's been kind of buy the dip, very choppy, talking about rollover, talking about the end of the year, talking about, holiday, finishing Thanksgiving the week before, and then we have interest rates. So it is Friday's price action. Maybe we just get more of the same until we get a clearer picture. Zooming in on the 5-minute chart, it's looking a little bit cleaner, where throughout the New York session, it's these 640s. These 640s held as a major level of resistance. And tonight we ended up, let's see, where do we start? We ended up opening right at these 20s. We tested, we made a higher low, and it looks like we're just kind of trending higher tonight. So I'm curious, do we keep going? Can we come up and test these 690s, maybe 700s? But we're continuing to push these session highs here in the NASDAQ. I don't want to be short the NASDAQ, that's for sure. And maybe look for a decent pullback to buy. It's a hard one to short. It's kind of
NASDAQ looks like it's just going to trend up. It looks much cleaner than gold. This could really go either way.
Yeah, NASDAQ's one where it's like a grind higher, right? It's like if you're not in it, you're kind of just sitting on your hands. But gold either way. I don't mind the longs here on gold, to be honest. We see some volatility. It's not as volatile as it usually is. But shout out Coach J. Coach J, you are in the YouTube chat. Trading gold up. Coach Hoop maybe trading gold up. But we're talking off air. Baron, Bitmine.
Yeah. It's been pumping.
It's every time I look at my phone, it's up 5%, 6%. I've been talking about it on slow markets. It's been, I don't want to say like addicting, but it's been entertaining, I guess, to be able to put a little bit of money into something and just see how volatile it is. It's interesting because, like I said, every single time I look at my phone, it's up. It just keeps going up, and it's not stopping. I'm up almost 25% since Monday on this, and so you were saying you play in that a lot more than I do. You probably have a lot more knowledge than I do when it comes to this. So
To crypto,
yeah, to this
I don't
crypto
really know
world.
too much on Bitcoin, but I know, I know about crypto in general.
Okay, what you just said you were in something?
Aqua,
Yeah, what is that?
it's they are a power generation company. They were really hot at the start of the year. They pulled back about 50% off their all-time highs. I bought it last night because you can do overnight orders on Robinhood. So I bought it last night with a limit, and then I woke up this morning and it was up 5%, and then it ended the day up 15%. I was like, okay, cool. I literally, I bought it and it just went straight up. Didn't see any drawdown really on it.
Wow,
I mean, it's just
wow.
common stock. It's not anything crazy, but still, it's nice to see that.
Man, it shows you the times we live in and these opportunities in these financial markets. Now, Bitmine was not anything like that, right? I was able to get some as the what do you call it? Cyber Monday sale, but the volatility's been crazy. The volatility's been also crazy in some of the major tech stocks this year, where we talked about this morning, like Meta, Google, the circular investment. We're trading the NASDAQ here. We trade gold. And there's been these pockets of extreme volatility at times, which cause for some amazing opportunity. And that brings into mind when we get sessions like this, when we get kind of slower sessions and a little bit more chop, it really is more about just staying alive, right? Just
Yeah.
not blowing your accounts, not losing a lot of money, practicing that patience to when the volatility starts to pick up and the opportunities start to arise more frequently, then we're ready to take advantage of them. I mean, nothing is more boring, nothing's more painful for a trader than to sit here and watch slow price action. It can drive a trader insane, trust me, but sometimes you just kind of have to just go through it. You either just sit here and you watch it.
You gotta do something else.
Yeah.
Or set alerts and step away for a second.
Yeah, that's where I was going. You either sit there and you watch it for an hour and make that decision, maybe even less. Like you look at it and be like, okay, this price action is just not for me. I'm going to close the charts down and I'll be back for the next session, or I'll be back for tomorrow, right? That's okay to do. It's a habit for us as traders to, whenever we're in front of the charts, to have that need to have a trade going on. I fight it all the time. I fight it all the time when it's on air, when I'm sitting here staring at this charts. Just that I don't want to say it's a need. It's like this urge to just find an opportunity in the market and to buy. Like, this is my time I'm dedicating, and so I want to be reimbursed for my time.
Yeah.
And by doing so, I need to place a trade. It's a funny world that we live as traders.
It's different as a trader. It's different from a lot of things in life. The more time you put in doesn't necessarily mean more profit.
It's usually the opposite, right? Less is more. Less is more. The less you trade, the more profitable. A trader tends to be quality over quantity, but that's what I'm seeing. We're getting a little bit of pullback here in gold. We went from 42.32 down to 42.27. I'm gonna pass it on to you while I get some music going, and then we'll open it up to some questions and talk a little bit of shop while we watch and look for some of these opportunities if they pop up here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing too much on this. We're right at this value area low. And I have that drawn from back here over to here. We're right at this value area low. I'd like to see this hold, but it's looking like we had buyers try to step in and they're just failing. So I think I just sit on my hands here. I already got burned on 2 longs. So, just stay patient and wait it out.
Just stay patient, wait it out. Do you look at other markets?
Right now, I've just been looking at GC.
Okay.
Only GC, really.
Okay, good. I like that. Sometimes I see traders. I used to do this myself, where if you see a slow market, then you kind of just start scanning. You start scanning, like, all right, is there anything on this one? Is there anything on this one?
It doesn't end well for me.
Yeah, it typically doesn't. And if it does, then you do it again and then again, and then you end up just
In a hole.
in a hole. Yeah, in a hole. Exactly. However, there's one thing is, and the original slow markets traders, if you have been tuning into slow markets from the beginning, you probably will know what I'm going to go through is setting trades and forgetting about them, letting trades run overnight. So if the market is a little bit slower, one strategy that I haven't done lately, because we haven't had slow markets for quite a while, because we've had an abundance of things moving these markets in this volatility. Zooming out time frames. So I'm going to switch over to my charts again. So zooming out, for example, instead of the 5 minute and 100 tick, I will zoom out to the 1 hourly chart and then the 5 minute chart. And if you know what I'm about to go through is still micros, smaller size, wider stops, but putting orders, limit orders like you do, Baron, at major levels, these technical setups, and letting them just play overnight, where I would put a limit, like, for example, I'm going to do this on NASDAQ, just for an example, a NASDAQ trade. And I'm looking at this and say, if we get back down to these 500s, I will be long like 2 micros, and I'm going to look for a range-bound trade. So I'm zooming out to a higher time frame, and then I'm okay putting a buy limit down here at 509, having a little bit of a wide stop, and then having a 1-to-1, maybe a 2-to-1 risk reward, setting it up, and just letting it run overnight.
Just let it play.
Yeah, let it play.
We are getting some pickup, but we still haven't broken these previous highs. So I'd like to see at least VWAP get broken. That's sitting at 42.33 before I make a decision here. It's just we're in kind of a weird spot overall on gold, and it's, I can see this going either way. I can see it going to the downside. I can see it going to the upside. I want to lean more towards the upside just because we are at that value very low, but it could break down from here as well.
I'm liking the long side here on gold, man. I like that we held that high, a higher low. I like a break for those 32s and a retest of 39s.
Retest of 39. Yeah, I'd like to see this come back up to the 50s. That's where I would look for it, but
39. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, 50 is, that's New York session high, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm in one long, one micro, small size, playing for a break. I'm gonna add to this. I'm gonna add 2 micros from 32.4. I'm gonna play for a break, and the reason why and what I'm looking for is we have that main low. The main low we made at 42.25. We made a higher low here at 42.28, and we broke through this previous pivot. So yeah, we're starting to see that breakout now, and the first target I'm kind of looking at right now is going to be a run test of these 240s. That's the upper end of the zone, and then I do like to play for that 42.50, maybe 42.48.
We did just wick out of a VWAP, so let's see how that goes.
Show me the. Okay, that's the. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
That blue line in the middle is the VWAP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. The NQ run is wild. RSI is so overbought. I'm showing the RSI chat. Let me know if you are in a trade. Let's go ahead and do it. Hashtag slow markets. If you've been here, you know the drill. Go ahead, tag me on the Twitterverse of either a trade, your setup, something related to trading, psychology, or technicals. If I like it, we'll go over it here live during slow markets. And if these markets are a little bit, continue to be slow and choppy, then maybe we can review some stats. Would you want to review a stat or two with me, Baron?
Yeah, sure.
Because you review trader stats quite frequently, right?
Yeah. Pretty frequently. And, you can do it in the Project X platform. I personally use other trading journals. There's just a little bit more insights in there, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I review stats pretty frequently.
Okay, so there you go. There's the socials, and if maybe you want us to review your stats, you can go ahead and tag us in that. Tag me in that, and there's a link on Topstep X. This is a live account, but the simulated, like the XFAs, they have it. You go into your statistics. You can there's a shareable link, and you could share it that way and tag me in there, and we can review your stats. Review your stats. As we have a little bit of time here, and get to some of these questions. I'd be out off the VWAP, Dakota. You make me nervous. How you trade? I make a lot of people nervous the way I trade. I've noticed all the time. do you ever get that? Do you?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what it is, but trading on live stream it's for me, it's different. Like whenever I hop in, I've talked about this before. Whenever I hop in a live trading stream on my Discord, I trade so much worse than on like Topstep or just when I'm not on stream.
I agree with that. You have like all the eyeballs watching.
But I've also been in trades that, I mean, just in general for like, the comment, you make me nervous how you trade, Dakota. I've had some people say like, are you not worried about that coming out and stopping you out, or like you're using a lot of size? I've toned my size down a bit in the past few months, but sometimes like I'd be on stream and I'd be trading with like 5 minis. Like, how are you trading with this much size? And it's just like you just get comfortable. It's just a comfort level thing. Like you get used to it.
Yeah, you get used to it. It's something that comes with practice, and I shared a book. It's like the subtle art of not giving an F, right? It just talks about just understanding, psychologically, emotionally, if you are really nervous about your trade when you get in it, you're probably in too big of a size, right? Like, I placed a trade. I'm long right now, 2 micros. If this goes down and stops me out, dang it. I hate it. I don't like it. It sucks. That's not what I was playing, right? I bought 2 micros here. I bought gold thinking it's going to go up, and nobody wants to lose in front of everybody. I'm going through these analysis. I'm reviewing, this is my face. You guys see me, and wanting to help traders. But that's the reality we live in. Every single time we place a trade, we need to accept that risk and the reality that the market might not do what you think it's going to do. And yeah, just like you said, Dakota, you have a calm demeanor. Has really helped me smooth out my trading. Micros. I will always continue to say that. If you're struggling, if you're new, if you're looking to find consistency to get to those payouts, micros will always be your best friend. And I'm on a good win streak. I've started to notice that's starting to affect me a little bit, man.
You want to keep the win streak up?
Yeah. Have you ever been there? You have, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've had like January. I didn't lose a day in January, but the win streak will come to an end at some point. It's just, when is that? Right now I'm on like a 7-day win streak, so we'll see if it continues for 8 on one set of accounts. I'm on a 7-day win streak, so we'll see if that continues. But you're gonna have a losing day. You're gonna have a red day.
It's how much you lose when you do have that losing day. That's always the what makes or break. Where I talking about reviewing statistics. Tag me in it. Like I said, on the social media, or you could even do the link here on. It's been a while since I did this. Share the link. I see. Oh, I already see a couple traders. You could share that link here. This is Topstep's Discord. It's my channel right there. You can either do it there or on the Twitterverse, and we'll review stats. But it's the same thing. A lot of times I'll see trader stats where there'll just be small win day, small winning day, small winning day, and like a long winning streak, and then just like one day just wipes everything out. And that is so emotionally difficult for traders to overcome that. So that's what I was talking about today during fast markets. I'm like, man, I'm on a 12-day win streak here in my live account that I've been trading in front of everybody, and it feels so good. It feels great to be able to sit here and talk about it. And you know, I lose. When I lose, it's loud, right? The chat, so you know, the community, it's loud. Everyone talks about it. When I win, you know, same. I like to talk about it because it feels good, and traders get to see it. You get to see the ups, you get to see the downs. But talking to Hogue and Andre this morning, when I was in that win streak, and then watching a trade just go without me because I was being too cautious to reserve my win streak, made me realize that I am breaking my rules by thinking about that.
Just staying on the win streak.
Yeah. Like today during the New York session, I did not get in long the NASDAQ, even though it was a really good setup. And Hogue was there. He was talking me through the setup as well. Like, Hogue's seeing the same thing I'm doing, buying the NASDAQ. And I'm looking at it, and it's a great setup. And I'm like, you know what? No. I'm up $700. I'm on a 12-day win streak. I could just...
But could you not just risk $200?
See, that's the thing. I just did not want to risk
Could you not risk 300 or 40? You could risk $650.
Yeah,
I
was being too cautious. I was being too cautious, and the next thing I know, I missed it, and that was one of the better trades of the New York session. I'm just sitting there like, and as I was talking out loud, I was noticing it. I'm like, you know, as I'm saying I'm being cautious, that it's clicking. It's clicking to me that I'm being too cautious to reserve a win streak because of being on air, right? And just having the win streak alive. And here we are. We hold those 30 and halves. We hold those 30s, 30.5s.
Yeah, I don't like how it wicked out a VWAP. It's right at value area high, or value area low. Sorry, it's in between two key levels.
In between two. I'm gonna add to this. I like this price action. I'm starting to like it. It might be slow, but I like a play for a break higher. I could see this thing maybe making a run higher. And this actually, if we do start to break, this will give me a reference point to move my stop up to these 29.5 if we can break through this. I'd say 32.8. 32.8 if we get it. It's like a slow breakout here.
It might pop here as it gets up to VWAP. You might get some momentum as it pushes through there.
What price do you have at VWAP?
42.33.
42.33. Coach Hoop in the chat says coming up to the top of the hour in 1 minute. Okay, there's trying to get over those 32.7s. Someone says volume is creeping up. 32.7 right here. Okay. Let's see if we can hold above it. I need to see us hold above these 32s. I'm going to move my stop up. Manage this risk. If this doesn't go now, I don't want to be in it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let's get through that. 30. There we go. What's session highs? 40s. Oh, now that is the breakout that I wanted.
Yeah, that's the push through VWAP. It's clean momentum.
Managing risk. Let's see if we can keep this momentum up.
I think in your Discord, 4 people sent their stats. It's only loading 2 of them for me though.
Okay. In a second, what 2 are you seeing?
I'm seeing Joey's and Bakesh.
Okay.
But I can't see Len or FD.
2 VIP, 2 VIPs.
Yeah, Joey. Yeah, both of them are VIP.
Well, look at that failed breakout so far.
As long as it doesn't come back below 30s, I think that's fine. So looks good.
Here's what's going through my mind right now. Is this stop a little too tight? I have it at 31.9. I'm going to give a little bit more room. Only risking 27 here. If we do push back above these 34s, I want to see that. I want to see this level hold. Someone says, take your stop, add it. Chat, let's hear it. Are you in a position? Are you... Who's in a position, chat? Let me see it. Let's hear it. After this trade, we'll review some trader stats.
Yeah, I've got 2 of them pulled up. I don't know why 2 of the other ones that were sent just aren't pulling up.
Okay. I don't like the fact that we are not holding here. I think I might have moved my stop loss a little bit too soon. I'm gonna leave it room, and I'm gonna get out for scratch here. I'm gonna get out for scratch because I didn't like that breakout. Give me enough to just looking for. Yeah, it was not a breakout so far. It was a fake out.
All right, I'm reviewing.
All right, I'm out.
Yes. Do we want to go over this? I can share
Yep, I'm out.
or...
Minus $28. We failed to get momentum. You know, we still might go up, and I might have just been like, I got out of that early. I didn't see what I wanted to see. I did not see that momentum above these 34s, which is just a red flag for me. So, managing risk, minus $28. Let's go over some of these statistics. Which one do you have?
I've got first? 2 of them pulled up.
I'll switch it.
So,
on mine.
Yeah, let me show this down. Okay.
Okay, so, I'll watch yours, and we'll go over some.
So win rate, win rate solid. Your RR, this needs to be improved. But the main thing I'm noticing when going through these days, so this person's scalping, right? Personally, I don't scalp. I hold if I look at my stats, it's all like 10. Most of my trades are 10 to 30 minutes, and then there's 5 to 10 minute in there. Sometimes you get that momentum, but a lot of trades going on in here. One thing I was noticing from just scrolling through here, we're trading MNQ, MGC, Bitcoin, and then I think there was a couple other assets in here. Silver, MGC.
Let me confirm which one this is. Let's see. This is trader.
Silver again.
Okay.
Silver. So there's a mix of assets in here. And then the other thing I'm looking at is the sizing. When your sizing fluctuates like this, it's hard to really nail in okay, well, I'm doing this right or this wrong, because you're going to affect your wins and how big your wins are and how big your losses are. So the win rate's not bad. You're getting directions right, but because and this is why you're probably seeing your RR is under 1 even. Is you're fluctuating with size too much in here, and these are very short-lived trades. So I would be holding trades longer, and you're hopping in trades at, so this is MNQ, right? We're holding let me see where the first MNQ trade is in here. So this MNQ at 203, we're in it, and we're out after a minute, and we lost 10 points on it. Then we get in, 30 seconds later, we're out 20 seconds later, and there was no loss on it. So it looks like you're just having issues holding trades potentially. And then your fluctuating size, you're also trading a bunch of different assets in here. NASDAQ, gold, silver, Bitcoin. So I would level out on the sizing, the assets you're trading, and potentially try holding trades longer. And it looks like when you're hitting that like negative 300, that's where everything's kind of just falling apart on this day. This day as well, like you saw some drawdown down to 150, but you were able to recover it. You had a nice silver trade that was just a quick scalp. Here we were up 230, and then we dipped down to negative 500. Why was that? Did you just have a big trade? Yeah, you bumped your size here, where you went from trading 1 or 2 silver contracts to 5. So you bumped your size up, and then you had that big loss. And you have to maintain that size in order to get it back. So I'd focus on the sizing aspect here again, right? You were down about $300. You're able to bring it back up a little bit and then fell off a cliff. So I would adjust the DLL here to maybe like $400. Give yourself a little bit of room. That it seems like you're falling apart after 300. So I'd bring the DLL up a little bit and then adjust sizing and focus on just one asset group.
Perfect. Scroll up a little bit. Let's see how many days. Yeah, 5 days in this account. So very little data in this as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal is traders, and I think you pointed out, because that's the main thing I'm seeing in this account as well, is the goal for traders is consistency. And a big part of that consistency is consistent sizing. Now, there's nothing wrong with adjusting sizes. You see me all the time scaling in, scaling out, doing different sizes depending on the setup. But if you're new and say maybe you're struggling, eliminate that variable, right? Like that's one variable that you could eliminate from your stress and from your thought process is the sizing. Like, okay, I could do it consistently with like one contract every single time and get the stats, get the data, build that confidence, and then you could increase size. And once you start showing that consistency, then you could do something where, hey, only on this setup, I want to increase that size. So that's the one thing I do recognize. That's you basically pointed out that was it.
And I think that dynamic sizing is something you shouldn't really be messing around with dynamic sizing on a day-to-day basis unless you've been trading for a while. I just had a conversation with one of my mentorship students, and he could crush combines really easy, get through them in 2 or 3 days, gets into the XFA, and he just starts struggling. I was like, just size down to 3 micros. He's had 7 green days in a row. He's sized down to 3 micros, and he was like, hey, I'm feeling good about the sizing. Should I bump it to 5? And I was like, yeah, just bump to 5. He's like, okay, well, I want to bump it. Now he's been doing well with that, so he's like, I want to bump it up to 7. I'm like, finish out this week, at least. Just finish out this week. Usually with sizing increases, I'm telling people, at least a week, but my recommendation is like stick with the same size for 2 weeks if you're looking to bump it up. Dynamic sizing, when you're newer, it's harder to tell what's a good setup for you. You don't have as much data. What's a ideal setup? Recognizing those patterns in price action, recognizing the momentum. So just sticking with a consistent size will probably help you out there.
Okay. Great. I agree. Now, let's make sure we are clear. Traders, we are reviewing stats. These markets are a little bit slow tonight. And when it's slow, we are able to answer questions, talk shop. We're reviewing stats. Now, this is not to bash traders. This is to provide constructive criticism, right? Like, hey, what am I doing? What am I helping? And feel free when you do share stats right there. We have enough of them already. There's a lot that we have to go through and review. And I like that you're putting descriptions. We are able to look at these stats, learn from one another. because honestly, there's a lot of times where you could see stats and say, oh, that's what I'm doing. I could relate to that. Maybe you're right. That could help me as well. We have 1,700 traders watching, and that's a big part of it. So, great one. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to move on to the next one. I can see where...
There is... I have this one up as well.
All right. Which one's this?
This is... Let me double check. I believe it is Vikesh.
Got it.
He's taking it really slow, is what he said. He's on season 3 in Hoax team. Just been going slow about it. So this, okay. So we have some data from November in here as well. One thing I did notice was, again, sizing fluctuations, and we're trading multiple assets in here. We have NQ, CL, so crude oil. I like that we're using micros on this. So we're trading crude oil and NASDAQ. There is some size fluctuation in here. The drawdown, I'm not really seeing any concerns so far on this for drawdown wise. I think this is fine. Some GC in here as well. So we're trading multiple different assets. But I mean, overall, it looks pretty consistent. There was a down day where we were down $700. We were able to pull it out. Did we size up for that? Doesn't look like it. It looks like you just did a really nice trade on NQ. You ran it for 20 minutes and you got 70 points out of it. So good trade there.
Nice. Wow, nice.
I wouldn't say there's any concerns here. I would say maybe just focus on one or two assets. Looks like you trade gold, oil, and NASDAQ. I haven't really traded oil that much, but pretty consistent sizing over this. Mostly like 4 to 6 NASDAQ. And then you had one where you traded 10 in here. Okay. There's not really any crazy P&L curves where you're seeing like big jumps and then big dips. So overall, just pretty consistent. The hold times. So there's not as many trades on here to give like proper analysis, but you've got a solid win rate in here. You've got solid RR. If you look at the last month, 65% win rate, 1 RR. That's, I mean, some people hate on 1 RR, but if you got a 65% win rate, it's, that's positive expense.
1-to-1 RR could work magic, man.
Almost a 2.0 profit factor. So this is solid, taking it slow. Maybe cut down on, maybe just focus on NQ and GC, or see if CL is even profitable for you. But I mean, steady.
I like those 1-to-1s, man. I really do. Like you pointed out, the profit factor is more important because you have to have the risk reward and the win trade percentage. They go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They probably have good management on this as well because they're 10 to 30 minute trades. They've had 9 of them. Very high win rate there. 2 to 5 minutes. So this is more scalping, but I would say this, like if you have this high of a win rate, 10 to 30 minutes, you probably have good trade management. I mean, good stats overall. Just taking it slow. This is a very nice P&L curve. I just keep going at it. Your best trade was 865 on that NQ trade. Worst trade was another NQ trade. So nothing too crazy for adjustment. Solid stats overall.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough days there too. That's one of the big things whenever I see stats. I would say 9 times out of 10 they don't have enough days. There's not enough data to really review them because, for example, hey, can you review my stats? And I pull it up, it's 1 day. And there's not enough data, right? The more data you have, the bigger the sample size, the better it is to review that. Trading small, gather that data, be able to make those adjustments, and great work. Big shout out to you, Coach Hoop, if you're listening, and this trader. This is a trader on Coach Hoop's VIP team. I did pull up FD trades, so I'm going to go ahead and switch it to mine.
Okay.
This is FD trades.
That one won't pull up for me.
Yeah, I seen that. For some reason, it's pulling up for me. So, and the ones that you had, they were not pulling up for me, and vice versa. So,
gotcha. I have another one pulled up after that one. If we
okay. So we'll do that one. I'm gonna do a couple more hashtag slow markets that people's tagged me in, and then we'll go view the ones that you got pulled up. So this is not an XFA. This is just a combine, and Yeah, this is kind of what I was referring to, right? We have 3 data points, 3 days to review, and so it's going to change. The very next day, that's like, I'd add another like 25% of the data. So in one day, these stats could change dramatically. So compare that to someone who, say, maybe has kept an account up for 3 months, right? One day is not going to, it shouldn't change the stats very much. So take this with a grain of salt. Without a lot of data, it's very hard to give very solid feedback. But 50% win rate, average risk, or is 1.27. The most important thing is the profit factor. You can't have one without the other. There's nothing wrong with a high win percentage. There's also nothing wrong with a low win percentage, as long as it correlates positively with your average risk reward. I've seen traders make money. I am one with a lower risk reward sometimes, depending on the trade and depending on the setups, and vice versa. Going through this, I mean, it's pretty solid stats. I mean, there's really not much to go over. It looks like you have one trade a night. There is a little bit of misconception when it comes to number of trades. I get this all the time on social media. It's like, man, that's so many trades. Well, if you're using micros and you're scaling in, scaling out, it's not that bad. Not that bad. I put up 100. It's counting each execution, but consistency here, not too bad. It looks like it's like 3 micros maybe, and then you switch and you go 5 micros sometimes, 15 micros. So as long as your sizing is consistent, I mean, it's pretty consistent. Keep up this good work. Get some more stats behind this. If you struggle, that's the key thing. Just get the stats. Get the stats. Put in the stats, and then and only then you'll be able to judge it. It'd be like judging an NBA player after the first quarter. You'd be like, how was my game? I'm like, I don't know. You just played 1 quarter, or you just played 1 game. It's hard to judge based off of not as many stats. So I'm going to go through some of these hashtag slow markets real quick, and we'll pass it off to some more stats. And
I have one more. All the other ones won't pull up for me.
Okay. Quick market check. We are
in the exact same spot.
In the exact same spot. Yeah.
Nothing has happened on gold.
Nothing
has happened. Anything on NASDAQ?
Yeah, let me look. Nothing on gold. Still hanging out at this 42.30. NASDAQ, it's just grind higher. Like look at this 5-minute chart, just slowly grinding higher.
Yeah, NASDAQ, this just looks like very easy longs. If you were able to get in down at like 640s, there's no reason to close that right now. How I would look at this on NASDAQ is switch over to the 15-minute time frame and just trail your stop. Every strong 15-minute candle. The bottom of every 15-minute candle, just trail your stop up. That's how I would personally trade it.
Look at this 15-minute chart too. It's 1, 2, 3,
it's just
4,
stepping
5,
up.
6,
So you can
7, 8.
you can just expand your profit target out and then just trail your stop off each strong 15-minute.
Yeah, that's 8, 9 green 15-minute candlesticks in a row, and we might keep going. We're almost to that 25,700 level, and this could be one where it's like, well, we're so close to a big round number, we might just hit it. New York session highs is going to be up here at these 730s, and we keep marching on. I take a look. I'm going to take a glimpse at Bitcoin and then get to those hashtag slow markets. Bitcoin looking bullish. This is a 15-minute chart. Let me, I have a 15-minute chart. I'll show why I say it's looking bullish. Higher lows. We are testing these 42,800s. So maybe we get a nice breakout there. And I looked down at Bitminer. It's just, all right. It's not even correlated with what's going on in crypto. Bitcoin is down around scratch. Like this is around scratch here for Bitcoin. And for some reason that one's up. Looking at the 5-minute chart. Interesting. Yeah, we would have to get through these 43,000s, but not much going on there either. Check back with gold. Getting a little bit of sell-off. Here on gold. Baron, would you?
Yeah, it looks like that value area low is gonna break. I don't know. It's so choppy. There's not really a direction tonight. It's not super clear. We worked out a VWAP twice.
Coach Jay says someone wanted the market order a short 100 gold. Jay, let's get in a short and then we can do that, right? Topstep risk disclosure in the chat. I'm not a crypto guru. I just have a position for the first time I've ever had in crypto. First time I've ever put
The
money
crypto stock, not
in
even
crypto stock. Correct. A crypto related stock. Yes. It's basically a micro strategy, but with Ethereum and less leverage. We are pushing lower. Can we go down and test these lows here on gold?
Yeah, if this, I mean, this is breaking value very low. I'd look for those New York session, but I feel like there's not going to be a break of one side tonight. I don't know. It's just, this is so lackluster price action.
It seems like this would be one where I'd try and short for a breakdown and we bounce right back up.
Yeah, and then you close it and long for a breakout, and then it would.
yeah, I've been there, man. And the next thing you know, you're like down $1,000, and you're like, we're still at 230. We're still
that's monkey brain. That's monkey brain. You're hitting the button. You're a monkey hitting the button. You're a monkey hitting the button, and you're hitting red or green, and you think a zookeeper is going to give you a banana, and they come out with pepper spray each time.
I've never heard that one before. That's a good one. Hitting red and green, and hey, let's keep doing it, and I just nothing's happening. Just getting sprayed. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again, thinking you're going to get a different result. That's a good one, man. That made me laugh. Let me get through some of these hashtag slow markets. Look at that dog. Coach Jay, if you're still here, dog people, you got your dog. I can't remember the name of yours. You have a lab, right?
Golden Retriever.
Golden Retriever. Yeah, Golden Retriever. Got my pup Lucky watching a gold with me. And there you go. Man, that's a cute dog. That's a good picture. This iPhone, maybe? iPhone? Nice. High quality picture, and like that setup though. Like that setup in the background. Nice work. Nice work. I
do have another stat page pulled up. Dakota.
Okay, yep, that's the one so far. I'm gonna do one more. I'll switch it. The winning streak continues on my live account. Let's freaking go. Great work. Trading from the mobile. I see you trading from the mobile a lot, but you're killing it. You're doing really well. Taking payouts and trading in the live account. Great work. Take it off, man. Switching back to you.
All right. So this person, they've been in the XFA. I think this is it's an XFA for what, 2 weeks now. Solid win rate. RR a little bit lower. Maybe this is one we already looked at. But what I'm seeing here is, again, it's fluctuation of size. So we're using a mini here. We were in this trade for 9 seconds, 8 seconds. So we're just getting a quick move.
Okay.
Then here we're trading between 1 micro to 1. We start out trading minis, and then we start trading micros, and then we go back to the minis, and then we go back to the micros, and this is too much fluctuation of size, in my eyes, and you're seeing the P&L result from that. Here again, we're fluctuating too much in the size. It's a lot of between 1 mini or 1 micro. That's what I'm seeing here. And then, there's a lot of trades being taken on these red days. There's one day that's got, this was, you start out with minis, okay, and then we switch over to micros for the rest of the day. So we're just trading 1 micro consistently. I don't know if we're adding into those positions. I'd have to go and look at all the executions, but like here we have 115 trades, just falling off. So again, it's a sizing thing. Keep size consistent. Maybe just trade 1 asset, micro Bitcoin. Maybe this was one we already looked at, but yeah, that's what I would be.
It's very common, man. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm looking through some of these, and they're very similar. Very similar with you. They get into a drawdown, and then as soon as they're in the drawdown, size increases.
Yeah, I've done that as well.
I do it often sometimes too.
I think it's just a trend with traders. Like you hit that drawdown and then you start to size up. But like if you're looking to get more consistent, why would you not use consistent sizing? It's kind of my thought process on that. Like we should keep our variables as consistent as possible to eliminate like you want to eliminate as much variability as possible when you're figuring out trading, whether that's your size, your stops, your take profits, all of that. Just keeping more consistent sizing, stops, TPs, all of that. Like I'll tell people just 2-to-1 on every trade. Maybe you leave one runner. If you're trading micros, if you're trading like 5 micros, you take 4 off and then just leave 1 runner and see how you manage it.
Yeah.
But if you're increasing the amount of variability, it's going to take you much longer to get consistent.
And someone's asking, there's various reasons why people do that, right? I mean, the most common one, it's emotional. It's emotional. No matter how you take it, it's if you get into a little bit of red and you start to increase size, it's whether it's revenge trading, wanting to make it back up, you just don't want to be wrong. It's ego, whatever it is, it's emotional. I do it. I've caught myself doing it a lot of times. It doesn't matter how experienced you are. It's a very slippery slope and easy to do, right? Like, man, I made a list, but this one I could just make it back up. And you just chase that break even that we all experience so often. I'm seeing a few of these.
Yeah, and like it can be a pretty slippery slope. Like I've had days where I was just going for like a winning day, like a $200 winning day, and you fall into some significant drawdown and you're like, do I just call it a day and lock it out, or do I try to pull this out? It's probably better just to lock it and then just go for the winning day the next day. Just be like, okay, I took a hit on my payout. I'm not getting paid out as much as I should have been, but I still made it to payout and I didn't blow the account.
Yeah. I was going to say, we were talking about a win streak earlier, and that's where I've caught myself. I caught myself sometimes where like, man, I want to keep my win streak alive. And in order for me to do so, I have to be positive. So I'm going to just increase size and take a higher quality trade. Like I'll just wait for a better setup, increase my size. That'll get me to break even and I'll have my win streak. So that's what they go hand in hand, just like win streak. Whenever you talk about P&L, whenever you're talking about win streaks or stats, and you let that affect your trading, it's easy to click that next button to size up.
Yeah, I do. This is a fresh combiner. I check my stats. I do have stats on another account loaded into a tracking software. I just don't know if I can show the software because it's still in beta.
Fair enough. I got one right here. This is an XFA. This is one with a lot of data, actually. Oh, wow. Okay. Shout out to this trader. I'm going back to like...
switch over to your screen, Dakota.
Yeah.
On mine.
And I got to pull it up. I was looking through the data. You want to see data, chat? This is what I like. Ready? Active since July 10th. July 10th. Wow. The patience that this trader has been able to keep this account open since July 10th, and you're at negative 68 P&L. 6 months almost of break even. Now, it's not just break even. One thing I do want to point out is it looks like you started this account and your very first trade was minus $800. And over that time, you've grown it, you got it up to break, even up plus 100. You've taken a loss, and that's impressive. That is what I love to see. Making money, breaking even, or even losing a little bit of money. The amount of experience that this trader has been able to get out of one account, keeping it alive, trading, I can imagine these are micros. Once you figure your process out and you start to, this equity curve keeps going higher, you're going to have so much confidence to just, hey, I could get into an account and I know over a long period of time, you're going to find that success. You're going to have that confidence throughout different market conditions too, right? Like since July, we've been through a lot of market conditions. We've been through volatile conditions. We've been through choppy conditions. So this is what I am referring to when I said we need enough data to properly analyze your stats to where I know that, tomorrow, your stats aren't going to change very much.
Yeah.
It's I know what to expect, right? If I'm going to invest money into something, this is what you want to see. You want to have something dependable. You wouldn't put money into a stock that you only have, that's only been, you only know it for, 3 days.
Did the traders say what if they were struggling with something?
Um,
Because it looks like this is pretty much break even since July.
Correct. So since July, no payout yet. Please help me understand what's wrong.
Okay.
So
I'd probably go to the calendar view.
Yeah, I'll scroll through this.
I mean, you have a 52% win rate and a 0.89 RR and 0.98 profit factor. So I mean, that's break even for you.
There's Zydar in the chat. He says, I have 4 XFA like this. So, and 4 of these XFAs, I'm going to say number 1, it's a win to just break even for this long. But, yeah, keep going. I'll scroll down here in just a second.
Yeah, okay, so
just going through this.
Keep scrolling down.
Yeah. I'm looking at this.
Total number of trades, 63
trade durations, 3 minutes. Not bad.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like you went through like 2 really good months, right? From negative 500 and growing it all the way up to positive 300.
Yeah, you were able to bring it back, which is good to see.
Yeah, that first day was a nasty one.
Yeah.
Like if you got rid of that first day, you would be positive, right? It'd be positive.
Yeah, not positive.
Yeah. Cutting your losses short on the time side. There's a lot of data on this one too.
Not trading every day.
Yeah. I'm gonna start on July. Okay, there's July. Yeah, not trading very day. That's rare to see. Usually traders will try their best to trade every day.
Yeah, I know my calendar's filled up.
Yeah, I know my calendars are usually filled up too. Yeah. Not taking a lot of trades either, right? Like 3 trades, 5 micros a piece in the micros, NASDAQ. Same exact thing the next time, 5 micros per trade.
What are they trading? NASDAQ?
Yeah, micro NASDAQ. It looks like 5 micros per trade, so there's consistency there.
How many, if they're trading 5 micros, how many points are they getting?
They're making $130, $72.
So 13 points. I think you're catching 2 small moves then, probably, is what I would be looking at. Because NASDAQ, a 13-point move on NASDAQ, that can happen in a minute.
The losses are about the same. Yeah, the losses are about the same.
Yeah, you're probably just, you're reading the momentum in the market. You're like, it's going this direction. You take the trade, you get in profit, and you just close it. You're just taking it once it's in profit.
Yeah, like here's a good example, right? Like, look at this day, August, 2 trades, both scratch, and you finished. So that's impressive. It's hard to just end a day.
How long were those trades?
A break even. Good call out. Like seconds. Like this is.
Yeah, it says on the duration tab after.
Yeah, 2 seconds and then a minute and 30 seconds.
So very quick in and out.
Let's see this one. Same 1 then 3 minutes.
Yeah, so this is probably like you're getting into a trade.
3 minutes.
You're scared to hold it for more than 5 minutes, or you see profit and you're just taking it immediately.
Yeah, like this is to your point, right? This is a winning day right here, $60 and 7 seconds and 4 seconds.
Yeah, so you're putting it on and you're just immediately ripping it off. A lot of the times you got to let trades play out. Hold times. Here's
one trade, and it looks like just like look, 1 trading day a week too. That's I don't think I really see that very often. You're only trading 1 day a week in August. I mean, here's one. You held it for 3 minutes for $140. But yeah, I could agree with you on that one, Baron. Is like
if I go in my stats on an account that I've had for almost 2.5 months, and I look at my hold time, my most common is 10 to 30 minutes, and I have a 45% win rate there. And then it's 30 minutes to an hour, 68% win rate. So for me, I prefer to hold my trades longer. When you drop down below 10 minutes, the win rate does fall off. But I've got 55 trades at 10 minutes to 30 minutes, and then the next biggest one is 31 trades. So I'm holding my trades for anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes. That's typically like my average hold time, and I'm seeing good profits with it. But I'm holding the trade. I'm not scared of it stopping me out. I'm not scared of it, coming out and break even me, or I'm just accepting the outcome. I have this TP in mind. I have this stop loss in mind. I'm just letting the market do its thing. I can't control anything besides adjusting the stop, adjusting the TP, or taking the trade off. And I think you're just taking the trade off too early.
Yeah. It seems like every Wednesdays, trader. Okay, here's what they say. It is the lack of confidence. I'm back to a combine for that reason. I was busy at work for a few months. Okay. Thanks.
I would
Clarification.
if you're still in this XFA then, and you're working on a combine right now, that's great. I would maybe use less than 5 micros in this XFA if you're not confident in it. Maybe even just 2 micros. Like,
Yes.
I've been coaching. I don't know if you've seen her on Instagram, Dakota, Michaela Trades or Mick Trades.
I have not.
She's one of my friends from high school, and she wanted to get into trading. And she's just been trading. She traded 2 micros for 3-4 weeks, and she was up like $2,000 at the end of the 4-week span. I told her, okay, you've been doing good with this, so now bump it to 4 micros. And it's really just, and it's the same thing. Like, she has the same issues where it's, I wish I held my trades longer, because I have this idea and I get in the trade, it starts to play out, and then I take it off before it fully plays out. But you can slice down to 2 micros.
I agree, and that will help with confidence, right? We were talking about that earlier, where it's like, don't you get nervous in a trade? It's like, no, it's the size where I don't care if it hits my stop loss, right? And
there's some level, you can see there's some level of anxiety in those stats where the moment you're putting on that trade, if you're ripping it off just because you're seeing profit or you're seeing loss, I would slice down even just 1 micro and just practice holding the trade for longer and setting a TP, setting a stop loss. Maybe you take you go in your Topstep X and you change the settings from dollar amount to point values, and you're just that removes the money aspect from it. And you can also hide the how much realized P&L, what's your DLL, what's your if you're positive or negative, right? You will still see the point values, and I guess you could do the math in your head, but that might help with your confidence there.
Yeah. Nope. I agree 100% with you. I like that you were able to stick through it. Like, that shows, you're learning, you're trying, you're not just going through it, right? That's something I love to see. It's like that dedication. And I want to point out to this one, AB Trades. Are you still here in the chat? It says, Dakota, did you ever have a point where you wanted to give up on trading? And if so, how did you overcome it? I feel like I have learned so much and have improved, but still just failing. So I'm going to answer that, and I'm going to pass that same question on to you, Baron. For me, yeah. Oh, 100%. And more than just once. I started trading at a very young age. Now over 15 years. And I could probably say there's been 10 times, maybe about 10 times, give or take, where I'm just like, it's not worth it. And even sometimes now, I've overcome a lot of that more recently. Like, the older I've gotten, the less I've started caring about money. But yeah, I've been through it. I'm willing enough to say I went through like depression, like not just once, but a few times. There's been ups and downs of depression, like not a little bit of depression, like serious, like depression to where it changes a person, and then affects relationships, and affects the people around you, and affects a lot, right? And to where it's like, it's not worth it. Like, this is not worth it. And then once I started trading, and like, this is all I know, for the most part, it's hard to go back to a 9-to-5 job. And so that made it even worse for me. But the way I was able to get out of it was this is an equation. I told this to MP. It's and it's very important. This is very important. It's an equation, and it's just about happiness. Because I've been to therapy. I went to a therapist multiple times for this reason, because of how difficult it can be. The psychological side, to me, is more important than the technicals, because anybody could read a damn chart, say 3-bar reversal here, supply demand, yeah. But the main battle is in between their two ears. It's looking at the mirror, and so going through that has been the worst part. The way I got out of it was that equation where happiness equals expectation, or reality minus expectation. The lower your expectation is, typically the happier you are, the more satisfied and more fulfilled. And I talk about it with trading. If you can find satisfactory with just trading one micro and finding that consistency, like $50 a day, $100 a day on average, because you're going to have green days, you're going to have bad, red days. But if you can find some level of just, expectation of, I'm going to trade one micro for an entire year, and I'm going to look to make $50 a day. That's a low expectation, right? You'd think it'd be easy, but it's not. It really isn't. However, if you were able to just trade one micro for an entire year and average $50 a day, you're going to learn so much more. And what's crazy to me is that a student could go to college for 2 years and 4 years and not stress about, I need a job during that time because I know I'm getting my education for the next 2 to 4 years, knowing that at the end of it, then you could get a job. But then as a trader, you can't dedicate 2 to 4 years to trading and have zero expectation because you want that immediate reward.
Gratification. So, and I think that's something you see a lot online. It's like people posting big P&Ls and stuff. And I mean, I do it as well, but it's like you don't see the other side of like the struggle. And I believe the question was, have you seen ups and downs in it? I've been doing this for 4 years. I know I'm still going through this. I know I'm not an expert. I've learned a lot. I've spent a lot of hours into this. Like the past 3 years, I've spent 8 to 12 hours a day on the charts. That's a lot of time. And I haven't, if the market's been open, I've watched it, even on half days, just to get as much experience as I can in it. But there have been multiple points where I have wanted to quit, and same thing that Dakota was talking about, where it will send you into it can send you into a depression. And like when I do my psych lessons, I talk about it, where it's like you don't realize how much this can impact your life, and like how quickly it can spiral out of control, and feel like this went from just being something that I was getting into because I wanted to make an extra X amount of money, to it spiraling you. And I had that last year in November. And I really wanted to quit, and I spiraled for like 2 months. And then I was able to get myself out of it coming into the new year. But it is something that you might go through, and it's tough. Again, like Dakota, you talked about just trading with one micro. I think just figuring out what you're content with. I had to, when I was getting out of my loss streak, that was back in like July, September. What I did is I wrote down the 10 things in my life that would make me content. Like, it's not even trading related. I mean, some of it is, because I've been doing this for so long. I think part of my identity is now attached to being a trader. Yeah. But I wrote down the 10 things I would be content with. And, you see these big payout caps or people taking these large payouts. You don't need to you don't need to get up to that big payout cap. It's not, you don't need to go get 5 accounts and hit the payout cap right away. It's not going to happen. It's unrealistic. For some people, yeah, they might be able to do it, but it takes time, and, just shooting for your first payout. you should set these goals up where it's, okay, I want to be consistent. I want to trade with this size. I want to follow these sets of rules. That should really be your goals starting out for like the first 6 months. And then maybe it's, okay, I've traded paper for 3 to 6 months. Now I want to try my first combine. This is what I've been doing with Michaela. If you go on Instagram Mixed Trade, she's documented pretty much the whole thing of her going through.
It's awesome.
Her trading. I think she's on like day 90 or something. And she just started her second prop firm challenge. She did one like 3 months ago, and she was using way too much size, and I was trying to tell her, like, you're using too much size, you're going to blow through this. And then she ended up blowing the account, and it's, that's a learning lesson. It's not as expensive as it would be if she did it with her own capital, though. Blowing $2,000, that sucks, but with a prop firm, Topstep, it's as cheap as $50. So really just focusing on, and she was just focused on, okay, I'm just going to try to be consistent with 2 micros. And, I review her stats on a weekly basis with her, and she's got, her RR could increase, but she's got like a 60 to 80% win rate, depending on the week. She has good trade management, and I told her it's going to take you time. So just focus in on that. And she's been consistent with it.
Man, that's awesome. That really is. And it's something that it's not really talked about, man. The psychological side, the difficulty that we go through as traders. It's usually the opposite that's talked about, payouts, P&Ls, this and that. And, I seen someone in the chat say, this is a depressing stream. I'm moving on. Well, that's the reality of it. You're going to face that.
I mean,
you got to learn. We're here to help traders, man. Yeah. We're here to help traders. We have new traders tuning in for the first time. We have traders who maybe hasn't experienced it. Maybe we have traders who might be going through it right now, or maybe in the middle of it.
I think what's more motivating is having to go through like a loss streak or something and feeling like you're at rock bottom and being able to pick yourself up and then start to be consistent again.
Yes. That comeback story. You've went through the ups and downs. You've came out on top. You are now starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And we have thousands and thousands of traders here from around the world, and every trader is on their own path to hopefully those payouts, those consistent trading, taking consistent payouts. And we're here to help. Not every stream is going to be the same. Today, markets are a little bit slow. You can see we had a little bit of movement here on gold, 42.27 up to 42.36. And we're just speaking facts. That's the reality that we live in. And reality sometimes is not just rainbows and horseshoes and payouts. On that note, it is Friday's price action. I will be here bright and early tomorrow morning. It's going to be me, my man Aaron Trades, who is running the London Open here at Topstep. Hogue, Jack, and Andre. I'm happy to have my man Andre back. It's always a good time. And any last thing you want to add to this, Baron? It was a good session. Love hanging out with you, talking shop.
I would just be checking over your stats. I mean, we went through a lot of stats tonight. Check over your calendar and see if there's any trends you notice. If I'm modifying size, I'm keeping size consistent, I'm doing well on one asset versus another. Especially if you're looking to stay consistent, I would say just focus in on one asset. But if you're struggling with that asset, flip to another. Try another one out for 2 to 4 weeks. See how you do there. But trading's tough, and it's a very scalable. It's something that's very scalable. I don't know any other industry that's as scalable as this if you get good at it. But it all starts with forming the correct habits and behaviors in order to do it.
Yes. Agreed. Well, thanks, man. And I'll see you. It's been a great trading week. Chat, hit that like button, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. If not, while we watch the gold start to move.
It finally started to move.
It's finally starting to move when we end the stream. It did the same thing last
low.
night to Coach Jay and I. So
Yeah, Dakota, it literally did what you said earlier, where it looks like it's going to break down. It broke below the value area low again, looked like it was going to break down, and then it just fully reversed back to the upside.
Of course, without us in it. Oh, man. Oh, shout out to you, DC Trades. I always remember you, man. Take care. Take care, everybody. I'll see you.
I'll
Bye.
see you, Dakota.